Mr. Speaker, I rise today to talk about a common medical condition that is too often masked by silence and stigma. It affects more women than diabetes or stroke or breast cancer, and it is postpartum depression. Here are some words from women who have suffered from postpartum depression. From Maria: I was experiencing anger and rage, and I had suicidal thoughts. I didn't know what's wrong, but I can't take care of this baby, and I'm miserable all the time. From Jody: my son was sick again, and I was crying so hard I could barely text my mom to have her come over immediately. I waited anxiously at the door with a screaming ill child and greeted her by handing over my son and saying, I can't do this anymore. And from Heather: soon after the birth of my son, I knew something was wrong with me. I couldn't fall asleep, or if I did, I couldn't sleep for long. I also couldn't eat. I forced down every bite of food and spent most of my time crying. These women are not alone. In 2013, there were more than 3.9 million births in the United States, and of these births, 1 out of every 7 mothers were affected by postpartum depression. Women suffering from maternal depression often report overwhelming and isolating feelings of sadness, anxiety, fear, and guilt. This can include strong feelings of anger, thoughts of death or suicide, and even negative feelings towards their baby. Children of mothers with postpartum depression can become withdrawn, have behavioral problems, and higher risk of anxiety disorders, depression, and toxic stress. Yet, even though this condition affects hundreds of thousands a year, many do not seek medical help. Many moms report that they are too embarrassed to admit their feelings or worried they might be seen as failing or being bad moms. It doesn't have to be this way. The good news is that treatment works. 90% of women going through postpartum depression can be treated effectively. And that's why I'm introducing a bill with Representative Costello to make sure new moms are not on their own when it comes to dealing with postpartum depression. The Bringing Postpartum Depression Out of the Shadows Act will offer grants to states to screen and treat new and expecting moms for maternal depression. States and professional groups have made great progress, and we need to support them as they move to increase awareness and consolidate resources. We need to help doctors recognize the signs of postpartum depression and provide access to appropriate treatment. This is common sense legislation to help the over 400,000 women annually who suffer from maternal depression. We need to stand up and tell moms they are not alone. Needing help does not make them bad mothers, and help is out there, but we need to make sure those who need it can get it. I ask my colleagues to co-sponsor our legislation and take this concrete step towards supporting healthy moms and healthy babies. Thank you, and I yield.